Isa. The first kingdom set up by the Crusaders was the first to fall. The Emir of Mosul captured its capital on Christmas Eve, 1144. Slaughtered all the Christian men he captured and sold their wives and children into slavery. This started the Second Crusade that was led by King Louis VII and French Baron, and the French barons took up the cost with Conrad Hohenstaufen, the German emperor. The German army from Nuremberg was the first to set out a year later. As soon as the Conrad King Richard I left of England and Philip Augustus Wright of France. The French king went to Genoa, where a fleet of ships were waiting for him and his soldiers. Genoa is right here. Richard went to Marseilles to meet his ships, but they were not there. His ships ran into Portuguese fighting the Saracens, and they went to help at Lisbon over here. They were a month behind. Richard waited for 2 weeks, then hired fast galleys to Messina in Sicily. They met his fleet of 106 warcraft northwest of Messina. When Richard reached the Holy Land in June, he joined forces with Philip's army outside of Acres. The French made attack to the tower that was taller than the walls of Acre. Then the bowmen could fire down on the defenders. The Saracens threw one burning jar after another, but no fire broke out. But when the French thought the victory was at hand, the Saracens threw a burning tree trunk that burned the entire tower down. Then the English bowmen kept the Saracens off the walls, and they broke stone after stone out of the wall until it came down, and they rushed in. They were then chased out, but within 2 years the Saracens surrendered. Most commonly related with the Crusades is the Knights Templar. The Knights Templar was formed at the First Crusade to help escort Christian pilgrims to the Holy Land. They were a strong military force for over 200 years. Some say that the Knights Templar practices may still be practiced in the Freemasonry. Then I have a short video.
What are we going to see in this video?
It's like a brief overview of the Crusades, how it all started.
There was good reason why men would risk everything to journey to a distant land from which they might never return. Blighted by famine and racked by petty wars, their European homeland was a cursed place. They craved a better life in this world and the next. In November 1095, the Pope performed a spellbinding open-air sermon outside the town of Clermont in France. It was a rallying call to princes, knights, clerics, and the common man to wage a war under the banner of the Catholic Church. Tens of thousands of men and women, families, even whole villages took vows to join Pope Urban's crusade. Pope Urban took an unprecedented step. He offered to those who pledge their souls to the crusade a ticket directly to heaven.
The world of the Middle Ages was a world that was deeply concerned with matters of religion. And it's almost impossible for us in the secular age today to overestimate how concerned they were. It's almost impossible for us to understand how concerned they were.
People are bombarded with the fact that they are threatened by sin from all forms of life. Just about everything they can do in life is potentially sinful. It's literally as if the air they're breathing is contaminated with sin. As far as I'm concerned, there's one key thing that's driving people to take up the cross. And that is that they actually believe that this crusade is a spiritual war and that it's going to purify their souls of sin. It's religion that's driving it.
The Pope's sermon pushed the boundaries of Christian teaching. In his holy war, a crusader now had the blessing of God to ignore the sixth commandment, thou shalt not kill, as long as he was an infidel.
Kaleb marketed the crusade brilliantly. He struck a number of chords that the knights of Western Europe wanted to hear. He said, look, you're living these violent lives. If you don't atone for your sins, you're going to go to hell. What the crusade offered was a way of carrying on fighting and also receiving a spiritual reward.
This is violence which God actually wants. And he wants it so much that he's actually going to give a spiritual reward to people who participate. It's literally like opening Pandora's box. I'm not sure he's actually conscious of how dangerous an idea he's tampering with at Claremont.
In the autumn of 1096, almost a year after the Pope's sermon, armies from France, Germany, and Italy set out on the epic 3,000-mile march to aid their Christian brothers and liberate the Holy Land from Muslim rule. And that state, a tiny strip of land just a few hundred miles long, but with the greatest prize, Jerusalem. This was the collision of two great faiths, the clash between the crescent and the cross.
You guys understood, got a good brief history of the crusade.
Does anybody have any questions about the Crusades? Ask Kim.
Did like all of their armies team up then?
Pretty much.
How did it impact the Middle East?
They impacted by look, they tore the Middle East into a lot of different sides. Some cities that were still under Muslim rule, still were sided with the Crusaders, but were still attacked and some cities destroyed by the Crusaders because they were still under Muslim rule.
So if you were to explain the Crusades and if you could give just a two-sentence explanation. If somebody's like, what is the Crusades? What would you say?
I would say probably the war between Islams and Christians.
And why is that?
Because it was really just for them a spiritual war. Because both sides wanted to free the Holy Land because both Islams and Christians, that area which they're fighting for was considered holy to them. So both sides wanted it so that their pilgrims could go there and they could worship their God.
Okay. Would you say that one side started it more than the other side?
Yeah, it was probably the Crusaders that kind of...
And the Crusaders are from what religion?
Christianity.
From Christianity.
They're from Europe and they wanted and they were the ones who kind of led the first attack on the Muslim kingdoms.
Good.